She's creating fake AI pictures of your husband and her and post years. My good lady, you don't need a validated factual investigation to prove why you want to break it off with someone. You got that, but you did not have to wait for it. If you do not feel emotionally safe with this person because you are sure they are cheating or whatever, it's okay to walk away. Your kids are grown, I assume, given the ages and the 12 plus 4 plus 20-year relationship. You don't need to worry if this story is true. It's not. You don't feel emotionally secure in the attachment. It just kind of goes on trips and barely speaks to you. That's not a relationship. It's just not. So, like, I would end it, judging by how you guys you already have been separated. You've already been through the motions with this guy. And these types of things are still happening. Even that in and of itself, I agree with this commenter. It's not a relationship worth having.
This wasn't worth my time.
Here's a good point. Boiler's Ghost said, seriously, people act like their relationship is on trial and they need solid evidence or else they can't break up. I mean, that is a very good point. You know what I mean? You don't always need solid evidence to, know that something is wrong, inherently wrong. Circumstantial evidence just won't do. A hunch isn't good enough. Why? Because then the jury might not convict. Well, it's a very good point. You're not trying to convince a judge. You just have to convince yourself that this is not what you signed up for and you want more out of a relationship. Okay, so we do have an update. So, I found a picture of him and his mistress on her Facebook account. I created the original post hoping people would defend him and his claim that the picture is fake. The opposite happened. Of the hundreds of comments and thousands of views, 2 people defended him. The rest opened my eyes. I want to thank Charlotte Dover and community for all the love and support I received during my very emotional time. I'm glad that you guys are there for each other because it's hard to get to every post. I think that you had grounds for breaking up with this person, even fake. You wasted enough time on this guy. Any lie threatening to involve you and our daughter.
Please step away. Please step away. Please step away.
Allegedly crazy woman. She called me alone and sometimes answered calls after I returned from my trip.
No, Darren's here.
I sent her pictures without realizing she was edited to make it look like she was with me. I since confirmed
No!
that's when no one contacted to leave me alone. I want to see those messages, but regardless, those things are material. The dude went on the groups and barely talked to you the whole time. I was in a situation he's not intended to avoid conflict. Once you created the situation to make you doubt me and hurt your feelings. Relationship, whatever the relationship may be, whatever you wrong. So yeah, I'm assuming that you had issues with this person before and you were thinking reading it out. No, he was talking to her the whole time because she was blackmailing. He doesn't address many things in my original post, such as she posted a picture before he came home from the trip. Potatoes, my decision is clear. I'm walking away this 36-year marriage, not because of the picture, but because I will never be able to trust him again. I'm truly heartbroken, but much better now. I will be getting tested, fingers crossed. Early call. I am so sorry to hear that your marriage is over, but also not sorry, because I think you wasted enough time on this person.
2 thumbs down.
God, you have separate houses. Okay, let's see what other people's responses are. Sometimes in the tech world, these are not edited photos. You took them with her. You can tell when someone edited those. Even if I just zoom in here and you look at the hand placement, the way that the hand pushes on the fabric. You see how there's an indent there? That would not be there unless that hand was actually placed on her. So if she theoretically took a photo separated from him and then added him into the photo, explain the hand. That's causing wrinkles on the fabric. That is extremely hard to fake in Photoshop. It's doable, but I've only ever seen pictures, where they merge people together like this, where there's no hand on either side. You know what I mean? It's just 2 people placed closer together, and even then, it's kind of hard to fake the shadow. Look at how I was going to say bamboo, for lack of a better word, obviously. Look at the shadow it's creating on her shoulder. That wouldn't be there if he wasn't standing there, and you would need to be an incredibly skilled graphic designer and photographer to be able to those shadows in there and the shaping. Another really easy way to tell is when you're merging two photos together, they're almost always taken in different lighting, right? So let's say this photo was taken on a different day. Almost always the lighting is going to be different, right? Because how is it possible to replicate this exact lighting and coloring when it's two separate photos? Like clouds could change, like there could be the sun out, like there could be colors reflecting and changing the color of the photograph that make it more blue toned or orange toned or whatever. This photo was taken at the same time, so there's no merging of photos here. The skin tone on him is the exact same on her. You know what I mean? Not in terms of like race or coloring. I mean in terms of like lighting. You know? This photo is a real, genuine photograph. I sincerely doubt that this woman has the professional. I don't even know how to take a photo like that, and I have been doing this for literally like 15 years. That kind of thing is extremely hard to make. This commenter also said, all offense, I doubt she edited that. I mean, I think it's just, it goes without saying. Like, it has like nothing to do with age. Like, unless she's a professional graphic designer, like, I don't really see her doing that and making it look believable. My suggestion is you contact her yourself and ask her about the relationship. She will definitely tell you. I was thinking this too. It would be hard to get that shoulder squeeze, as perfect as it is, in an editing app without being extremely gifted. Seems unlikely, but Opie knows he isn't trustworthy anyway. Say la vie. Yeah, so I'm excited. I would have immediately asked him to see the originals of the photos before she edited them. There we go. Look, I like the way you guys are thinking.
Oh, thank you. I am very smart.
It's not worth it though, like honestly. Like it might be worth it, like satisfying to catch him in the lie, but like other than that, like you're not gonna be with him anymore, right? So like what's the point? And even if you did catch him, you'd find another way to lie and gaslight you, so just forget about it. Ain't worth it. He lied even when sometimes I feel like you guys ask questions that you know the answer to when you're just sharing it for the giggles, which I don't like. So, I, 33 female, have been married to Tim, 34 male, for 5 years. He's incredibly family-oriented, which normally is sweet.
Just taking a load off.
His mom, Laura, 60s, his sister, Emma, 21, and his boyfriend, Chris, and Laura's husband, Jack, all lived together in Laura's home until a gas leak turned their house into a carbon monoxide chamber. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the house needed major repairs. We were told they'd be displaced for a while. Here's where it gets fun. Tim, unilaterally decided to invite them to live with us. Not ask me, not discuss it, just told me they were coming. 24 hours before they showed up with suitcases and food and food like it was a summer camping trip. Summer camping trip. Alright, let's just carry on. We need some more context here. This wasn't a can we host them for a few days situation. This was a they'll stay until the house is fixed.
I'm sorry, you got me from sort of total rubbish at the time.
Everyone calls me heartless. No, I grew up with 3 older siblings, 2 brothers and a sister. I'm the youngest and I understand the importance of family. I would give my family the shirt off my back, but I also believe in boundaries, especially when I wasn't consulted in my own damn house. I mean, would that have changed things for you? Like, obviously, it would have been nice to be consulted, but like, what if that wouldn't have changed anything, you know? It's like, okay, you were asked, you kind of said no, he pressured you into it, sort of said like they have nowhere to go, etc. Would you have felt like you could open up your space to them? Good question. I don't know. There's a lot of people to invite in a home. The boyfriend too. Like, that's a lot of space that you're giving up. I could see you being uncomfortable about that for sure. Was there another option? Curious to know. Now for context, Emma is the miracle baby, born through Laura, long given up hope of another child. She's the golden child, and Laura dotes on her like a Victorian era heir. Tim, who's the second oldest, has spent most of his life playing peacemaker and trying to earn his mother's affection, especially since Laura and Tim's dad divorced when he was 10. His dad and stepmom, absolute angels. Respectful, kind, never overstep. Can't say the same about Laura and Jack. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, do you only do a couple of them? Like, do you have space for all these people? Like, where are you going to put them? Emma and Chris are both full-time students with 0 job prospects. Chris spends all day in our media room playing games and vaping stress away.
Vacation.
While Emma uses our guest room as a personal content studio, she's an aspiring lifestyle influencer with less than 500 followers and a ring light addiction. Oh, okay. Jack just sits in her sunroom reading and pretending the rest of the world doesn't exist. And Laura, she's been reorganizing my spice rack. No, spice rack. Absolutely not. Commenting on my wardrobe and calling my dog hers. really snapped after week 2 today when Laura told me that maybe I should put more effort into my appearance since I work from home and have no excuse.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I would argue that like when you work from home, what is the reason to put effort into your appearance? Like at least from the waist down, you know? I read a consulting firm for my home office. She thinks I play on spreadsheets. That's immaterial. She shouldn't be telling you what you're doing in your house. I told him we need to talk, and he actually had the nerve to say, "Babe, don't start. They're family. They needed us." Hold on. So, despite the fact that you invited his family into your home, well, he did without asking. Now they're just so to say and do whatever they want. Like at the very least, you need boundaries there to like ask them to be like respectful. You know what I mean?
These heels are ridiculous, really.
When you're inviting them into your home, they better be cooking, cleaning, making your life incredibly easy. I firmly believe this. When you invite like house guests to come and stay with you, not only do they need to be respectful of the space, so cleaning when they leave, or just maintaining a certain level of cleanliness so that things don't get bad, or you know, like doing their like taking you out for dinner or something, getting you a nice bottle of wine, like just anything to make themselves less of a burden. They should be doing that. Exactly. And if all they're doing is coming into your space and insulting the way that you look, like, it's a no for me, dude. It's just like that. It's bad news at the end of the day.
No, I'm civilized.
I lost it. I told him they're his family, not his responsibility, that he crossed a huge line inviting 4 adults into our home without my input, that I felt disrespected, bulldozed, and treated like an afterthought in my own marriage. I told him I've been a good wife, a good host, and a better
I wish I
daughter
knew who
than
lived
he
across the
deserves,
river.
but I'm not a doormat. Period. He accused me of being cold.
Samantha, your bird pooped in the hallway.
I recommend someone who's healthy home, where people ask before they impose and boundaries are respected. Point blank. That's the ticket. Just because Laura emotionally manipulated him for decades doesn't mean I'm going to let her run my house like it's her second chance at suburban royalty. I've come to terms with the fact that, like, when you have a man, I don't know if it is true for women, I just know in my experience, when a guy has grown up with kind of like an overbearing, controlling mother, these are like not respected, you know? Yes, definitely. And it's a lot more common than you would think, sucks to say. But that's why you're there, to set those boundaries. He's sulking, Laura's been making martyr comments about not being wanted.
Good. People are happy.
And then passive aggressively posted a TikTok about people who don't support your dreams, and I'm the villain in my own home. I love my husband, but I feel like I'm being punished for having a
I'm not
backbone.
gonna win a race with a garden
Like,
snail.
he grew up in a home where what he wanted was immaterial. Like, he was kind of pushed in directions that he didn't want to be. She probably used the weird family guilt trip so many times on him. For now, give him the benefit of the doubt. Have, like, a very calm conversation with him, and just tell him that are happy to help his family, but there needs to be some ground rules. You would love to be able to talk with him about what you both feel comfortable with, because if you guys are going to be stuck in the same home for a long time with his family, there needs to be some ground rules. You know what I mean? Hey man, can we have a quick chin wiggle? You are absolutely right. Your husband is treating you terribly. He's literally setting you on fire to keep them warm, and your home, even your marriage, are all being completely disrespected by all of that. Stand your ground and good luck, OP. Yes, you definitely need to stand your ground. I agree. But it's nothing that I think, like, a conversation can fix. You know, like, really healthy, good conversation. Sometimes people are pushovers and people pleasers, but, like, don't do anything brash and be like, oh, let's get forwards over this. Like, definitely have, like, a good condo. Insurance will pay for lodging for exactly a situation like this. That's interesting. Okay, so people are pointing out, I bet they were renters. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the logistics on all of that. I'm not really sure, but yeah, if rental insurance, it might have covered something like that because you're staying in a place that's not safe. Okay, so if you own the home and you have insurance,
They say it changes you.
your insurance should
Kids,
cover
you know,
places
but
you stay. If you
I'm
rent a
exactly the
home
same
and
person I always was.
your place is like completely unlivable, it's like a danger to your health. It's not like your landlord comes looking for that.
Have you got
Like,
my
you need to, like,
bird feeder?
Yeah.
Yes! Yes, I have.
weird.
Oddest
They're
looking bird
giving us
feeder I've
the
ever
local
seen.
and like not looking for another option when they probably
What can I have it, my man?
How can I help you?
get them an Airbnb. They can stay there. I mean, hold on. I think they could probably get themselves there. Let's
400.
be honest. Like they're not. If they're renters, they're not spending money on rent. They're
What?
living in your house, so like
I
not
hope
spending
you'll
money on
consider-
Have you got
bills.
my bird feeder?
I would
Yeah.
stand
I don't
this
have
in my
400
house.
coins.
Yes, I have.
Now it's time for them
Oddest looking bird feeder I've ever seen.
Everybody wants an update. Okay, so we don't know what's going on, but we do want like an update, which we have.
Got anything yummy in you?
Thank you to everyone who commented, especially those who pointed out how suspicious this gas leak situation was. Y'all gave me the clarity and pettiness I needed.
We're expecting a new shipment any day now, so do check back in a day or
I
two.
told Tim I was going to visit my niece, which I do regularly, so it didn't raise flags. Instead, I made 3 stops. Stop 1, the gas company. I called and asked about the supposed gas leak at Laura's address. They had no record of an emergency call, appointment, or report from that property. Nada. They don't even know their names. Stop right now. Stop right now! Stop 2, the landlord. I called Laura's landlord, their house is a rental, to ask if they've been notified about any gas-related issues. He was confused. Told me point blank that no one had contacted them about a gas leak, and if there had been one, it would have been reported and handled ASAP. He had just done a routine inspection a week before. They fled to our house and found nothing wrong.
Is where the story is now here.
So are they like paying rent there? Did they just like not want to pay the rent? Stop 3, their actual house. Yep, I drove over there. No warning signs, no work vehicle, nothing indicating any repairs were happening. I even Googled what to look for after a carbon monoxide emergency, and there were no do not enter notices, no equipment, no new detectors installed, nothing. The neighbors were up front, and I asked them about it. They said they casually confirmed they hadn't seen any crews or heard about a leak. Well, hold on a second. What are they doing?
Like, are y'all?
Did they just like not want to pay rent anymore? Like, I was fuming. Now, I knew Emma's boyfriend Chris is as sharp as a wet paper towel. And is the worst poker face known to man. So I got him alone while everyone else was at the beach. Again, and calmly said, "You're not in trouble, but I need you to tell me the truth about why you're really here, because I spoke to the gas company and the landlord." Y'all, this boy snitched so fast, I didn't even have to ask twice. Turns out the entire gas leak story was a lie, cooked up by Laura and Emma. They knew Tim would panic if he thought something had happened to them, and if they said emergency, he'd roll out the red carpet. The real reason they wanted to stay with us? We live 10 minutes from the beach. The same beach they've been conveniently going for walks there almost every day. They didn't want to pay for a hotel or Airbnb, like I said. Goddamn brutal. They knew he'd do it because he's always trying to be the hero, especially when it comes to his mom. When I confronted Tim, I didn't yell. I just calmly laid it all out. What I found, what I confirmed, and what Chris confessed. And I saw the exact moment it hit him. His own mother and sister manipulated him into using a fake emergency just to score a free beach vacation.
You expect me to believe all this?
He was shattered, then angry, then disgusted. I didn't want her to have a conversation about him treating her badly and like, oh, it's divorce, like, etc. The guy thought that his family was in. Like, he thought that there was this horrible thing that had happened, that their lives were at risk if they went back to their house. Like, he was trying to save them, right? He thought they had no other choice. So I wouldn't necessarily fault the husband. Like, I think that he genuinely felt like he was trying to save the day, and he was trying to do right by them. He didn't even hesitate. He told them all to pack their stuff and leave that exact second. Lauren cried, and she was trying to guilt trip him. You know it didn't work, obviously. Emma screamed, Jack shrugged and asked for a ride, and Chris apologized 3 separate times on his way out the door. Now it's just me and Tim again. The silence in the house is unreal. But to his credit, Tim finally got it. We had a long conversation about boundaries, family investment, and manipulation. He admitted that this was a wake-up call and that he's tired of being the fixer who gets used. We're going into couples counseling, not because I'm leaving him, but because this broke a piece of my trust and we both want to rebuild it the right way. For once, I feel like Tim finally sees things for what they are.
I cannot believe it's already been over 3 years with my BetterHelp therapist.
After
Ugh.
3 years of therapy, it's what I figured out. I was talking to someone, and then
just talking to the right someone. And then I did this when I was going through a really big life transition, and I needed some guidance. And it would be smart for me to talk to a real professional instead of just turning to the less helpful sources like endlessly venting to my friends, which, don't get me wrong,
Okay,
they
what can
do that, but I knew it would be smart for me to talk to a real professional.
It takes a little while for them to come around, you know? But, like, honestly, unless something like this happens, I feel like people will go their whole lives and not know why they feel this need to do whatever the hell their parents and family says. You know what I mean? You could go an entire lifetime and just assume you're doing the right thing, when in reality you're being manipulated and pushed in a corner and pushed around. This is actually great, because now he knows, and there's no denying. Make sure your husband gets Soto and couples therapy. Glad you have your peace again. Commenter said, I have a dear friend with a narcissistic sister, and he goes in cycles. When he gets the abuse, he's mad, and then they are done. And a year goes by, and suddenly it was not that bad, and we should all try harder and be family. I'm his friend and his wife's. I adore them. It makes me live in how much that woman abuses her brother. I want to slap her silly. All the kids refuse to have anything to do with her, but he can't let go of the but family programming his dysfunctional family scapegoated him into for decades. I'll say, OP, don't expect this to stick without some serious therapy for your partner. Yeah, it's one thing to, like, ask our partners to, like, choose us. Like, understand, like, in situations like this, when a partner has a family,
Yeah, lady.
it could be a sign of narcissism, that they're dealing with a narcissist, and they just prefer to keep the peace, because when they have set boundaries, those boundaries aren't respected. So tread carefully. Just because, you know, your husband's trying to accommodate his family does not mean that he doesn't love you. It could be just that you got some stuff going on, some wounds that need healing, you know? The stupid thing is that if they'd asked to come stay for a few days to go to the beach, you might have said yes. Instead, they blew it all up. No, but they didn't want a few days. They wanted a nice little summer house for free, I might add. OP said, literally, because despite the way they act, they're still my husband's family, and I would have gladly let them stay, but they just asked. Or I would have paid for their hotel or Airbnb. Yeah, though that's so sneaky. Like, why the whole family gotta lie to you, you know? This is a blessing in disguise, OP. I'm glad that, you know, the shy such off hits the fan. So
I
are
think
you
he was
able for
thinking
blowing
he
up at
was
your
going to
husband
bend
after
the
his
keys for
entire
help.
family moved into your house
But
without
how was I
asking?
supposed to know
No.
about the tea cozy?
This is good.
Damn baby business is taking me forever. And I can't run.